can produce a new technology that we can think or dream about. We were able to be only here and now, and this was limiting us. Are we still able to be only here and now? I don't think so. We were able to think about past, about future, but we were able to be only here and now. And the technology that we produce, and I think it is not. It's a part of the nature, because we, as the part of the nature, producing these new technologies. They are not coming from Saturn or somewhere else. The new technology meets our needs, I guess. At first, we want to tell people what we were thinking about a former, present, or coming event, and we found out speaking. We wanted to speak with the people who are far from us, who are in different times or in different places, and we invented writing. First, we wrote on the rocks, and then on the papers, and we sent letters to the other. You may be thinking something romantic when I talk about letters, but when I read Mozart's letters that he wrote his wife, I saw that he was talking about his toilet experience in the letter, for example. Thereafter, we realized that it took too much time to convey a message when it was an urgent one, especially in the business sector or in the war period. We needed something faster, especially in the, in the field of military. By the 1850s, it was taking a week to convey a message from Washington to New York. It was taking 6 weeks to send a message to the other side of the ocean. Telegraph let a message travel in seconds all around the globe in 1860s. The first online communication network was built by telegraph. It was so revolutionary that those times the editor of New York Herald projected that it was the end of the newspapers. Telegraph is actually worth to think about and talk about more because of its similarities with internet and its impacts on society and psychology of human being, but I don't want to talk about that now. I guess there is a book called Victorian Internet by Tom Standage. If you are interested on this subject, you can read it. From this book, for example, I learned that telegraph has also been used to find sex partners, or at its first time, like internet. It was not a surprise for me. I remember the telephone perverts or secret letters from an unknown senders in the first times of their inventions. I know internet is used maybe more than 80% for sexual aims. However, it will find its path, and I guess it just needs some time. We just need some time to get used to it, this new communication tool. And now I want you to imagine a person in ancient times who was sitting around the fire with the others and chatting or telling stories. Imagine another one who was watching a theater play in an ancient theater. Or let the time go forward and see another one who was listening someone reading a book. And now, please imagine some others. I could have put some pictures here, but I don't want that. I just want that you imagine yourself. And now, please imagine some others. One who is reading a book alone, or listening music alone, or writing a letter alone. And imagine another one who is laying and staring at stars, or another one sitting by a river and staring at the flow of water. I would like to discuss with you the differences between these two groups of people. The people in one of the groups is alone. Maybe they are thinking more abstract and deeply, and the other one, the other people in the other group, they are with other people. And maybe you can imagine the difference between these two groups. To be with the others, I mean physically to be with the others, let us define ourselves from the perspectives of them. This is what Sartre said, I guess. When we are sitting alone in a park, for example, and we see all the park, all the nature we see, and we are the center of this image. But after someone else comes to park, we begin to see ourselves first that time from the perspective of this person, and we define our identities from the other's view. And I guess this is a limitation of thinking, imagining, dreaming. We need more, and this limit is our physical existence. I think. I know it sounds a little bit spiritual, but I want to remind you what Rumi said. He says, "Seem like as you are, or be as you seem." And these two ways can bring you God, or can let you find yourself. I mean, in an existentialist way of thinking. And new technology gives us an alternative to define ourselves, excluding our bodies. It gives us an opportunity to communicate interactively without thinking about the other's opinion about our physical body, physical view. It can be perceived like a communication with the writer of a book we read, for example. Or if I don't know if I exaggerate, but it can also be perceived like communicating with the stars when we are staring at the stars. If the content of the communication, if we can, as the human beings in globe, if we begin to think more about existentialist, our existence, then when we communicate with someone in MSN, for example, then it helps me more than conventional media to communicate with myself, with my own existence. This is my thesis, and I guess new technology can bring us positive things also, spiritually or existentialist way. This is my thesis, and I would like to discuss with you about it.
What is the positive thing in the tech? You're talking about the positive thing in the technology.
It let us getting rid of our physical body with by communicating with the others, and it let us define ourselves in a different way. We don't get used to it yet, I know, because we are defining ourselves, our identity, and our communication still with the other conventional media's form. The content is still the same, but this new technology give us an opportunity to build a new content, and this content can let us define ourselves without thinking about our bodies, our physical views.